Hi, I'm Jay Seville, the team leader for the JustNewListings.com team. I live full-time in Wilmington, North Carolina. I also have a team operating in Northern Virginia and Washington, D.C. I've negotiated about $50 million of real estate contracts over the last 12 years. And I want to go into a subject that is near and dear to my heart, particularly after working with some clients who just closed on a home in Wilmington, North Carolina. That home was 6221 Century Oaks, and we closed for $179,000. By the way, I forgot to give a little bit more introduction, so excuse me if this is a little bit choppy. This is my website, wilmingtonrealestate.com. That's wilmington-real-estate.com. It has lots of juicy articles that are engaging, and it has video blogging. For example, this one compares Landfall Spring to Wilmington, North Carolina. They go back and forth comparing the market data. Lots of charts and graphs, price quartiles, different trends and different price brackets. Lots of detailed, heavy information for people who are wanting to win at real estate in Wilmington, North Carolina. Here is the homepage of wilmingtonrealestate.com. It has a quick link to foreclosures or ocean view homes, new homes. Scroll down a little bit and you see some of the articles written lately. They vary from inside tips on different communities and interviews with the builders, charts and graphs, how much are the condo fees in Wrightsville Beach, how much do vacant lots cost in Kure Beach. You know, a lot of detailed information on many different subjects. So let's move on to the subject now. So what I want to talk to you about briefly is whether or not you should rent a home in Wilmington, North Carolina, given the prices, interest rates, what it costs to rent a home these days, etc. Decidedly, without a doubt, in most price brackets, the answer is definitely no way, Jose. Why do I say that? Because to rent a home costs more than it does to own a home. If you put everything else aside, the benefits of home ownership, such as you completely control your home, you can make it however you want. There's just a different ambiance when you live in your own home that you own in your name versus a landlord's home. Many other factors. If you put all that aside and just look at the money, follow the money, it costs much less to own a home in many different niches of real estate in Wilmington, North Carolina. So I'll show you one that I recently came across. Okay, this home right here is 6221 Century Oaks Drive, and I closed on it a couple weeks ago for $179,000. And my people, because it was a second home, they put 15% down. So let's look at the numbers here and find out how much this home would cost, their monthly payment is, and compare it to how much it would cost to rent. All right, I will use this home as an example. It is listed right now for $185,000. And if you click on the mortgage calculator here, so I'm going to use the same numbers. I'm going to type in $179,000 for the sale price. I'm going to put 15% down and an interest rate of 3.75%. So what do I come out with? I end up with a monthly payment of $968. Now if I increase, or if I only put 5% down, the number I come out with is $1,060. So now we need to compare that to the cost of leasing a home in the area that is similar. All right, so here we have several homes right around that listing that just rented, one of them is actually an active listing. And as you can see here, this one's listed for $14.50 a month. Another one from April, $1,550 is what it leased for. This one over here, Gray Squirrel Drive, just leased for $1,400 this month, or excuse me, back in July. Here in June, this one leased for $1,400. And this one on Century Oaks, just a couple doors down, rented for $1,675. So if I am very conservative, my client's home actually would rent for about $1,400. Meanwhile, they're paying $1,000 a month. So, you know, do the math. It costs them much less money to rent. Even if they only put 5% down, it's costing much less money to own the home, excuse me. So why in the world would you rent? Two other factors to keep in mind. One, prices are starting to go up. We turned a corner in the market this year, and I have other blog posts and videos to prove it. Two, good chance economy is going to be jumping back to 4% growth, etc. next year. Forgive me for being political, but I can tell it's going to happen from talking to many small business people. Prices are already going up independently of that. I have a feeling it's easily a 3% bump in prices next year, maybe even 5%. So you take 3% of $180,000, you're talking about $5,000 of home equity that one loses, in addition to paying an extra $300 a month. 12 months, that's $3,600 just for the first year. $3,600 plus $5,000, that's $8,000 of financial wealth that is lost because you decided to rent a home instead of buying a home at the ideal time. We still have plenty of inventory here for most of you to find the right home that fits you like a glove. So don't lose the opportunity. Prices are going up. Thanks so much for hearing what I had to say about Wilmington, North Carolina real estate. Send me any questions or comments. Disagree with me. Just let me know what you're thinking. I would love to have a two-way conversation on this real estate blog. God bless.